welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing really good today. So I am actually really happy right now because I managed to find some hair extensions that match my hair colour. If you guys have been following me, you might know that recently I've been trying to remove my hair colour. So lately I've pretty much managed to get from this colour to this colour. So pretty much using the vitamin C treatment with anti-dandruff shampoo, I've managed to fade my hair colour as much as I can, or I think this is almost as faded as it will go. I could probably work on the roots a little bit more. So I'm just going to keep on using anti-dandruff shampoo every time I get into the shower, and my hair has faded so much. Considering it used to be this sort of shade of blue, yeah, I'm actually really happy. It's gone quite silvery blonde at the bottom, which is lovely. So I wanted to show you guys today some different types of extensions. So these are my old extensions I managed to find in a drawer somewhere. Yeah, it turns out they're the same sort of colour as my hair now. I am wearing a few pieces from the set at the moment, so it's blended in quite nicely. Basically, I slept with a pair of braids in my hair last night and then unraveled them in the morning, and my hair is nice and wavy. And when I found these just now, these were wavy and I just had to put them in, so they blended in really nicely. I'm so happy. These extensions I think are the ones I used in the video toning hair extensions with shampoo. Then I think I either used a diluted Transylvania or a Periwinkle hair dye by Arctic Fox. I'm not wearing all the pieces from the set, but they're so full and thick. My hair is pretty much really nice already, and I've only used like 2 pieces. I've got like a piece like this in my hair and then like a single clip on the side just to fill it in a bit more. At some point, I need to get my tape-in extensions the same colour as my hair because I want to have something a little bit more permanent, or shall we say semi-permanent. So I don't have to clip these in every morning because these are really lovely, but I like to save time, and if I have to clip these in every morning, I'd probably, I don't know, no, I could probably do it, but I think tape-ins are so much easier and they're really quick to install, and they last for at least 6 to 8 weeks if you put them in correctly. So there's different types of extensions you guys can try out. My favourite type of extension would either be a clip-in or a tape-in. I used to glue wefts into my hair. I used to take the clips off the clip-in extensions just by cutting the cotton off, and then I used to just glue like the whole strip into my hair. Yeah. So recently Vpfashion have brought out a different type of tape-in hair extension. They have done a hair extension upgrade. Yes guys. So I wanted to show you guys the differences between the types of extensions and what they have done to make it different. So this is the extension after I've dyed it and toned it. Before I've done this, the extension is most likely going to look like this when you buy them. This is the 613A dyeable human hair. Most of the time I end up using 22 inches. So these are the clip-in extensions. If you want something a little bit more permanent and you have kind of thin hair, so you don't want to glue in a really thick chunky weft. So the best alternative would be tape-in extensions. So this is what tape-in hair extensions look like. So they come in pretty much like 1.5 inch chunks of hair. So every box of extensions always comes with spare glue strips, the extensions. It also comes with a case to keep them in and a hanger so you can keep them stored nicely so they don't get dusty or dirty or anything. So these are really good quality hair extensions. You can get a set of extensions for under $100, which is really good, and the quality is amazing. I will put all the links in the video description box for you. If you're interested, you can check them out. So I did an experiment with a tape-in extension I had from my previous set when I had turquoise hair, and this was the outcome. The extension looked like this before, and now it looks like this. So what I did, I basically bleached the end of the extension because I wanted to try and lighten it as much as I could to try and get as closest to this colour as possible. Once I washed the bleach out, I then put Sterling by Arctic Fox over the top. I am trying to achieve silver, so this was what happened, and I didn't want to do it on my hair before in case I ruined it or my hair would fall out, or yeah, you know, all that jazz. So I'm thinking if I put Sterling by Arctic Fox straight over the top of this, it will go a nice shade of silver and fade with like a tint of blue. Kind of like this. So that's my plan that I'm going to try and do. But until then, I wanted to show you the upgrade of extensions. So this is the upgraded tape-in extensions. So you can already see how much thicker the extension upgrade is compared to the older version. Look how much fuller they are towards the bottom of the hair. So this is the old version and this is the new version. These ones are so much better. Look how thick they are compared to the older ones. These ones are thin and the hair stays thick all the way down compared to the older version. The hair kind of gets thinner towards the bottom. So this is the bottom from the older version and the new version is so much thicker. You can already see, guys, they're so much better. The hair isn't going to fall out as much because there is a lot more structure. The only downside I found with the extensions from the previous version was you couldn't really dye the top part of the glue strip. So not only has the top glue strip been sealed, but it has also been stitched into the hair, which gives it more support and more structure for it to hold in a lot better. Every time I dyed my hair a bright blue, I would always have to fill in the glue strip with a blue Sharpie or a permanent marker just to help conceal this strip. Otherwise you guys are going to be left with a blonde strip, or shall we say blonde strips, all over your head where you have the extension, because the dye won't take to the glue strip. So I'm actually really excited to find out if these new glue strips will take the semi-permanent dye. You can get tape-in extensions that take the hair dye if you choose to dye them, so they're all the same colour. So I'm excited to try and get these the same colour as these, or at least try to get them the same colour as these, because this is my mission. So I think it's probably going to be a silver shampoo job, and then we're going to either dilute some Periwinkle, just a tiny little bit, and run that through and see if we could get the same colour. Maybe even just chuck the sterling straight on this after we tone them. So I'm already really impressed with these tape-in extensions. What I've learned after using tape-in extensions is if you choose to dye them, you do need to replace the glue strips. If these glue strips get wet, it's lost its stickiness. They may stick in your hair, but they won't last for as long as they possibly could. So say your extensions are meant to last 6 weeks. If you don't choose to replace the glue strip after you've dyed them, they'd probably only last 2 weeks and then they fall out. So once you've dyed them and the glue strips have been replaced, they will look something like this. The differences I found with the new extension upgrade compared with the older ones is because these ones have that protective kind of glossy layer sewn on the top of the hair. The glue strip is so much easier to remove off these extensions. To remove the glue strip, I basically run my finger over the end like this and then it gradually comes off. If I did the same on the old extension, it was kind of really sticky and gooey to get off the extension because it was basically put straight on. So the extension upgrade, overall I'm basically saying these are so much better because they have a protected layer glued onto the hair. The glue strip lasts a lot longer. It's much easier to replace the glue strips with that protective glossy layer sewn onto the hair. Also, because the hair has actually been sealed and individually sewn, I think these extensions are so much nicer. I think the extension upgrade is definitely worth it. Like, sometimes you can't even buy hair extensions without a hairdressing license. So for you to be able to order these types of hair extensions on the internet from Vpfashion, this is amazing. You don't need to show a hairdressing license or anything, and these are pretty much exactly the same quality if you went to a professional. The only difference is you have to install them yourself. I have to mention, guys, if you get tape-in extensions in the colour blonde and you're going to dye them, always wash them with clarifying shampoo before you dye them. Otherwise, the dye may turn out patchy, because sometimes if they come straight from the factory, they can have this protective layer on the hair. So give them a wash with some shampoo and then dye them. If you're looking to fade your hair colour on your extensions because you don't really have the money to buy new ones, the best way to fade your hair colour on these is to put it in a bucket of warm water with some dish soap or anti-dandruff shampoo. Leave it in the bucket for an hour or two. Then when you rinse them out, the hair colour will fade so much. If you do that a few times, your extensions will be light enough for you to either re-dye them, or you can rock a pastel colour, it's up to you. Because I know bleaching can be very damaging for the extensions and they won't necessarily be as good a quality as they used to if you choose to bleach them. So just fading the hair colour with anti-dandruff shampoo, that's good enough. Just wash them a few times. Even tried the vitamin C treatment to fade the hair colour. That works as well. I've been using Vpfashion hair extensions now for over 4.5 years, and these have to be my favourite set out of all the hair companies, and they really do care about their customers because they want the best for you guys. Like, for them to do an extension upgrade, I mean, they could have just kept the same one, you know, save themselves money, but they actually took the time and upgraded the extension to make it better for you. So I thought that was really cool. So I wanted to show you guys the differences in the types of extensions so you guys can compare and see what they did. Also guys, I have a load of hair extension videos on my channel. Go check them out if you're interested. Definitely look into tape-in extensions. They're quick to install and they last up to 6 to 8 weeks. Sometimes even longer. So I have a lot more videos planned, guys. If you haven't seen it yet, do check out the installing tape-in extensions video. I will be making a more detailed video about installing tape-in extensions for you guys. So if you guys have any video requests, let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask them, and I will see you lovelies very soon. Bye guys. Guys, do you want to see my hair baby? I just gave birth to a hair baby. I was going to say something else, but I can't remember what I was going to say. It was something to do about extensions.